Well, I'm Herb Lawrence with the Arkansas State University Small Business and Technology Development Center, and I'm here today in Batesville doing a short interview with my friend Brad Cook. Brad is a small business owner here in the Independence County area, and he was an attendee of our recent Independence County Entrepreneurship Boot Camp. Brad, thanks for taking a minute to share some thoughts with you, me.
My pleasure. Happy.
What I'd like to, and you're the owner of Wholesale Tire.
Yes, sir.
Give me a little background. What brought you to be a small business owner?
Well, it was kind of an all over the place type thing. I was working, I'm from here originally, but I've kind of moved all over. And I learned to weld when I was in my 20s and learned that I could make a good living doing it and travel around, which was fine until I decided I wanted to have children. I didn't want to travel anymore, and somebody who had noticed something about me called me, that owned this place at the time, and asked me if I wanted to be general manager of it. I didn't know anything about tires, didn't know anything about managing, but I got here and found out I was good at it. And I did that for 6 years in this building, this company, and then circumstances occurred, and I left. Went back to welding, and then moved into a managerial position with that company, and did very well, and was able to save up some money and come up with a plan, and this place in the meantime was sort of in decline. It had been sold and a couple times, and just some bad luck or whatever happened, and I got the opportunity to come home, and I seized it.
Well, that's a good reason. A lot of people who are entrepreneurs that start a bit or come back and buy a business, it's because they want to be somewhere that they see the environment's good for a family. Well, that's an absolutely understandable reason. Well, tell me a little bit about Wholesale Tire. What do y'all do?
We do everything as far as automotive goes, brake services, front end alignments. Mainly what we do under my watch so far anyway is service. And that's what I think is the most important thing we do, period. Tire prices and oil change prices and things like that, it's minimal, the differences. But service is something that sometimes you can't put a dollar sign on, in my opinion. And I think that if I wanted to tell somebody anything, I found out by accident. I didn't have some grand idea, but I found out that I was really good at making people happy. And if you can do that, then I think you're going to succeed.
So it's building a relationship with a clientele that makes them want to come back.
Everyone is important. Every single one is. I take perfect strangers every day and take them back and spend 45 minutes to an hour in my office talking about tires and explaining things and answering questions. It's just the way I see this being successful.
Great. Well,
since I'm not a brilliant business mind, I'm good with people, and I'm honest, and that helps.
I think that's absolutely critical today. We're looking for relationships. Well, how long have you actually owned the business?
In 6 days, it'll be 8 months.
8 months, all right. And so you're pushing 4 away from that critical 1 year under your belt.
Yeah.
Well, having been here for 8 months, and of course having been the manager, and so you were in the industry for a while, what do you think for you as a business person here in North Central Arkansas? What's your biggest challenge?
Well, my biggest challenge, to tell you the truth, is getting over my own naivety, because when I ran this place before, I was good at it, and I knew exactly what I was doing, and I knew this place wasn't doing well, and I thought that I could come back here and turn it around, and no problem. It's gonna be easy, it's gonna be quick, painless, and I was gonna be the hero of the day. And the second part of that naivety was me thinking that being the general manager of a business was the same as being an owner, because they shouldn't even be used in the same sentence, really. There's so much. That's how I ended up meeting you, because I realized immediately that I needed to educate myself on many things. That's why I signed up for classes coming up next month.
Well, Brad, I think you hit on one of the key things that differentiates a lot of small business owners, especially those that become successful. They think because they were good in the specific field as a employee, or they have specific skill sets, that automatically transfers over to ownership. And it's not until they get in there and they realize they're the ones that are responsible for the W-2s, for everything that goes on, that actually owning a business is a lot more than just a specific subset. I think that may be one of the greatest things that any of our listeners can take away when they're looking at their business.
There's a very specific thing too that defines it, and that's that when you're an employee, there's always someone to look to for answers. As the owner, everyone is looking to you for answers. That's the quintessential difference.
I think we should just extend this to about an hour lecture on your part on what needs, because this is some excellent information that they need, and that's absolutely correct. So it means too that smart small business owner, that entrepreneur, if his employees and customers and others are looking to him for the answers, that means he needs to know where he can go to help also get the answers to those questions, because none of us have the answers to everything. Which is a great segue.